What is going on, Casually FC? Welcome to the match review for Chelsea 0, Arsenal 1. Unfortunately, but also predictably, we lost the game. Gabriel, not Jesus, the other one, scores a goal in a very... I'm not trying to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Gabriel ends up scoring a goal, and a very, very shitty goal to concede. Look, overall thoughts on the game for me, and I'm going to let the reins loose on this one. I thought we played pretty good that first half. I thought there was promise. Maybe Potter can work out a miracle, like I said. But then the second half, Arteta got, he put out a better formation or a better tactic. I don't know. We just shut us down and we didn't do shit. And I think there were mistakes there from Potter. Easily, Mason Mount looked invisible for most of the game. Maybe he was on that left side to help Cucurella defensively, maybe not be as exposed as if, when Sterling is on that side. Sterling looked like shit. I can't really bash the defense too badly. Aspie looked pretty solid today. Cucurella looked good. I was impressed with Havertz in the first half. Second half, he looked like shit. Jorginho did a solid job, but Kovacic probably should have started the game, in my opinion. RLC did not look that fantastic either. Made a lot of mistakes. There was a lot of mistakes in this game on both ends. But you know what? Arsenal looked like they were there to be had, and in typical Chelsea way, we just gave them the game. So I'm going to let the boys have their say. And also, before we go ahead and do that, guys, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, check the links out in the description, leave a donation, super chat, all that stuff while you're at it if you would like to. But I'm joined here with Prime, Kai, and Scott. Prime, go ahead. Start us off, brother. What did you want to say about this game?
First of all, congratulations to Arsenal. I'm not going to be like some of these Chelsea fans and try and troll you guys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, congratulations. You guys played well. You deserve to win. The only criticism I can say is your finishing should have been better today. We should have lost by 3. No, but that's not even me actually giving banter, to be fair. It just should have been more. But, yeah. All the abuse I've been getting all week from Chelsea fans. No, well, not even just all week, to be fair. Since
let me get that right. You said Chelsea fans?
Since Salzburg, the Salzburg game when Havertz scored, I've been getting Chelsea fans. Ringing my phone trying to say this is the real Havertz, that I'm wrong, that I don't care about his family well-being or mental health. Go fuck yourselves. Chelsea fans saying that I'm not a real Chelsea fan, that a fake fan. I'm twerking for Arsenal, which is weird because everyone refers to me as like some sort of Arsenal bully, so that's quite ironic. That I'm a United fan or an Arsenal fan or a Spurs fan. All you Chelsea fans that are screaming today because of this result, hey, you guys can choke and die on my dick or something. I don't care. Like the pain you're going through, the pain that you're going to go through, you all deserve it.
Why do we deserve it? Why do we deserve it? Why do we deserve it?
No. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about the delusional Chelsea fans.
I was going to say, the fan base, this doesn't necessarily apply to everyone. And I will say, if any fan gets offended by what I have to say today in terms of this fan base, then maybe you're part of the problem.
Yeah. If you're offended by anything that I'm saying, or if anything I'm saying is...
Then it probably applies to you, and hold that out.
Yeah. If the shoe fits, you can, I guess, die and wear it. I don't know.
Anyway, I will say, with the fan base and everything, this is the thing. All of these quote-unquote real Chelsea fans are the ones that are now crying in their weekend spoiled while I'm here chilling, literally having a great day. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't care.
Can I go on?
They call you plastic, Scott.
Hey, cool. I'm a plastic then. I'm a plastic who's enjoying his day, having a great day while you man are crying because we lost a football game.
Can I continue on?
Can one of you guys send a link to REDNECK if possible?
I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not even It's frustrating because other than Arsenal's finishing, everything I kind of said in the game happened. We've been playing like this all season. The goal we conceded was from a set piece that we've been poor defensively, that I've been saying since the second game of the season against Spurs, when we drew the game that we probably should have won, and Chelsea fans wanted to be childish and blame VAR and blame the ref. The Leeds game we lost 3-0. The first goal we conceded was from a set piece. The game we lost against Brighton, one of the goals we conceded was from a set piece. I think against Southampton as well, maybe one of the goals we conceded was a set piece. I can't remember. We've been doing this continuously all season, performing poorly. We go a goal down, and we go a goal down, and these guys just drop their heads. They're slow. They're lethargic. No one, like, people thought, like, I didn't want to get rid of Tuchel, but for me, it's not like, this isn't a thing of like we should have kept Tuchel. This is just showing that sacking him wasn't going to be the thing that made a difference. We still have these players. Chelsea fans won't see this. They'll want to protect Havertz and Mount, who are our worst players today. They'll want to attack Jorginho, who I agree should be gone. They'll want to agree. I agree Jorginho should be gone from the squad as well, but he was one of the best players today in terms of he actually played well and stood up. Chelsea fans want to attack Sterling and say he's been poor all season because he's been playing wing back under Potter, but yet today he was the only forward that actually was trying to do something, trying to push us forward.
Yeah,
Chalobah, a player. Sorry,
Dark. Thank you for the $2 donation or $1.99 donation. Did anyone expect us to win? Because I didn't, and I think we all agree. Yeah.
No.
Do you know what's mad though with what you said, Prime? Is like after the game today, no one is going for the players. This is what pisses me off the most, and this is why, like, you can't read it now, but if you read my name, that's why it's aimed at this fan base. We come out of this game, and it's just all aimed at the manager. Like, bro, is it the manager's fault that Loftus-Cheek and Aspi can't defend a corner properly, or Kai Havertz air kicks it? Like, is that his fault? Is that his fault we conceded that goal because these players are bozos? Is it his fault that, like, you've got players that like Gallagher or Mount or Havertz who can't complete passes? Is it their fault? Is it his fault? Is it his fault that, like, Loftus-Cheek can't defend properly, or Mount can't defend properly, or these players can't defend properly? Is it his fault? And it's like people are going, oh, he shouldn't have played this lineup. So what does he do? He plays Kovacic and then he gets injured, and then people moan at him that you're overplaying him. Or he plays Gallagher, who people say aren't good enough. Or he plays Zakaria, who isn't match fit. Like,
people, exactly. Scott, I've just come from a stream. Well, not just come because I was just on the terrace, but before that, I was on a stream where people were saying that Potter is racist and has cultural bias because he doesn't play Zakaria. Zakaria has not played football consistently all calendar year. We are in November.
Yeah, but
all calendar year.
Yeah, but it's not only Zakaria, because he plays the same fucking players who got Tuchel like sacked. Bro, if you go to the same fucking place and get stabbed in the same place, then you go again to that fucking same place. What's gonna happen? You're gonna get stabbed. He plays the same fucking two tickets. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. Pulisic should be given a chance. As soon as Mount and Havertz came out, Pulisic and Kovacic changed the game. We played a much better game. Game. Why didn't he do it? Yes, we did. We were more attacking. Look at the stats ever since these guys came in until before. Before, when Mount was there, we didn't have a shot on target. When Mount and Havertz was there, these guys are a fucking issue at Chelsea. No matter how we change up around them, it will never improve. I'm not saying it's only on them. I'm not saying it's only on the manager. It's a collective group. But the reality is, Chelsea fans would like to blame every manager, but it has been the same with Lampard. It has been the same with Tuchel, and it's going to be the same with Potter. Did I want Potter from the beginning? No, because I didn't think he made it enough to Brighton to come to the level of Chelsea. But at the same time, Tuchel wasn't doing well either. So I agree with Scott, the fact that people need to realize these players are not it. Just because you like them as people doesn't mean that they're good enough for this football club. And like, it's mad to me, man, because like I don't like blaming Potter himself, but I don't feel like he helped himself. And I don't like to blame the players themselves, because I don't think these players are good enough. So it's a catch-22, because I don't think anything at Chelsea Football Club outside of the back room like changes we're making is actually good, because on the pitch you would think we are still at the same fucking place. This is our first back-to-back defeat in the Premier League since fucking Lampard.
Kai, I understand what you're saying about Potter and stuff, and But it's like,
but it's not. It's not only about Potter though. It's not only about Potter.
I know. But like again, also with Tuchel, and I kept saying to Chelsea fans, he wanted Tuchel sacked. A new manager coming in with these same set of players is not just making the difference. We bench Havertz and Mount, and then we play Pulisic and Sterling. Nothing's changing. We bench.
I disagree. Look at the change that Ten Hag made to United since he came in.
United have a better base squad.
That is not true. They don't have. But they still built it. I'm not talking about like only the players they have. I'm talking about the change. You could see the change. You could see the change from the manager who came in. You can see the change.
I know.
Can you see? I don't see anything with Potter, bro. I'm not blaming him. Again, I'm not blaming
Potter. Between Ten Hag and Potter, I will say there's a massive difference.
There is.
You notice the players that have changed their team are the players he's brought in. Casemiro, Martinez, Malassi has been an improvement, and even if he hasn't, he's pushed Shaw to improve himself. Like. That's the biggest difference. Like we can talk about
who improved under Potter. Who improved under him, though, Scott? Who improved under him?
Caliber.
Look, to be
Kepa.
fair to Potter,
Kepa is a goalkeeper. How much can he fucking improve him, man?
To be fair to Potter, these aren't his players technically, right? But I mean, wait, let me just read this super chat real quick, guys. Then I want to hear from Alex because Alex just got in and he hasn't said anything.
Bro, I'm fucking. I'm annoyed. I wouldn't say I'm mad. I'm just annoyed, man.
Yeah,
but not because of Potter and because of what it annoys me that the standard that we used to have as a fan base compared to what we have now.
Yeah.
Like we accept things.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But Dark, thank you so much again for the donation, $4.99 donation. Crap from everyone today. No one is safe. Throw the whole team in the trash. Tomato emoji. Yeah, I can't say I disagree with that. Redneck, Alex, what are you saying, brother? Thank you for coming on the channel, man.
What's
You're
up?
muted, by the way. Hey, what's up?
Prime, if you think Manchester United has a better squad than Chelsea, go fuck yourself. That's number one.
They're performing better than us.
Yeah,
because we have a better manager. We don't have a better squad.
Of course. Okay, cool. They're still performing. Whatever. You can say go fuck myself. They're performing better than us. They're performing. These players are actually. Cool. Whatever. These players are actually performing. It's quite similar.
Anyway,
you're saying exactly whatever. It's quite similar to when Tuchel came in and these players actually started performing, and they just dropped off and stopped. You know why? Because we weren't able to get rid of these guys.
Sorry, but
have a little bounce and then it stops. Like,
look,
whatever.
You know how? Okay, when Man United game made me realize how bad Chelsea squad is. Today I realize how inexperienced and I don't want to say wrong word and stuff, but how naive, stupid, clueless, no experience, no managerial calculation, no tactical changes Potter is today. At least for this specific moment, I actually see it. Today's game is less. I'm not gonna say it's not on players. It's also on players, but I put most of it on actually him, because you can't tell me that we going into the game and we cannot find the pass, because passes are the things that Chelsea used to be good at. We hold on to the ball somehow before, and all of a sudden we cannot actually pass it between us. So every time Thiago Silva had to go for the long ball, what kind of tactic is that? Every time Raheem Sterling is getting up on the field and he cannot find nobody to pass the ball to, that's not on the players. I'm sorry. Every time Mount get the ball, every time, I'm gonna like Jorginho today for me. I'll put my hands in. I'll say the least motherfucker has some kind of grid in his face, because he's the one of the players that actually did not give up after the goal went down. He tried, and I put this fingers actually a lot tried. When I saw goal conceded and I see Robin Loftus-Cheek roll on his eyes and does the same shit, I don't know. It's on Potter for me today's specific game is on Potter, because you cannot play same system you think you can play in the Championship League. You can play in the Premier League. We had 3 or 4. What?
He didn't. We played a 4-3-3. He played what everyone wanted us to play, and we were still garbage. Like, This fan base is terrible. We deserve this.
What I'm saying is, you cannot tell me that professional football player cannot make 2 passes together. I'm sorry. If the player looks for the player and he cannot find player, that's not on player. That's tactic. When that goal that we actually conceded, when Thiago Silva had to run with the ball, why Thiago Silva running in the ball with the ball? Please tell me. Please, somebody. You genius of the football, Scott. If it's like it's not tactics, please tell me. Why Thiago Silva running with the ball?
Thiago Silva was a false 10 today, guys.
Because there's no options, and if there's no options, who is that playing?
So who's I'm gonna lose my shit today with some people.
It's okay. You can lose your shit.
Who is responsible for the players constantly looking for the players and cannot find them?
It's on the players to get in a position where they can receive the ball.
I'm sorry. Same thing. Like you can't not say that Chelsea is I deserve this. You same thing. You deserve this. If you think that this is what it is,
I know we deserve this. That's why I'm
Newcastle next. Newcastle next.
No,
Newcastle next.
I am gassed.
We're not beating
away as well. Away.
We deserve this, and I look forward to it happening more. I want pain for this fan base.
Why, Scott? Why would you want pain for me,
we deserve this, Kai, as a fan base.
What did I do, though? What did I do?
As a fan base, we deserve this because we are entitled, weak-minded pussies.
Bro, I give donations, man. I don't deserve Havertz and Mount, bro. I don't deserve them, man. I'm sorry. You say we deserve it.
I'm not saying you personally. I'm saying us as a fan base, because regardless of how you or me or Prime or whoever might feel about certain players or whatever, as a fan base, as a majority, the majority of this fan base are weak-minded pussies. They accept mediocrity, or there is just this, they either accept mediocrity or it's this constant thing of win, now, everything has to be at this moment. Like,
that's
people don't want pain.
That's not sorry, Scott.
Scott, 2 things could be right, though. 2 things could be right? Like you could have.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. The 2 things can be right at the same time.
Yeah, but also, if you keep mediocrity and you keep it going and wanting this mediocrity to continue, hoping that one day it will work out, then again, it's the same thing. Like I don't know, man. I want Potter to do well. You know that, Scott. We talked about it before, like both offline and online. I want him to do well, but so far I don't know what is he getting extra from those players, and I don't blame him for those players. But I think he could get a little bit more from them than losing 4-1 to Brighton.
I'm not asking world-class performances. I'm not asking, but there's a thing that you can see on the field. The simple thing doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't have it. It doesn't have it. Sterling give the damn. Everybody was slamming Sterling, but I think Sterling is one of the best players today. Actually, he actually gave a crap.
Interesting. I have to disagree. Look, Sterling could give a crap as much as the Mount can give a crap, but every time Sterling got the ball, he either passed it back or kept losing it on the dribble.
Didn't.
Hey, did you see Mount? They conceded the goal when they scored the goal. That was the funniest one. He didn't even run towards it.
Wait, Marshall. What about
what give a damn today?
What about the chance Sterling created on the right hand side where he squared it for Havertz, and Havertz either could have scored or he could have squared it back to Mount for him to score. What about that one from Sterling where he created?
When Havertz,
the first half, second half.
No, in the first half, Sterling was trying and creating chances. That's the thing, because Havertz shanked it. That's why no one remembers it. Like Sterling was at least trying.
But so was freaking Havertz trying all game, running back.
They weren't trying. They weren't trying. They weren't.
This game.
They weren't trying, man. The players weren't trying, Marshall. They wouldn't.
Marshall. You want to hear something crazy? They didn't. They passed the ball to Aubameyang twice the whole game.
Yeah. But don't you guys agree that first half, at least that first half, looked decent? It looked promising. It looked like, oh wow, we might actually get a result. And then the second half, we just capitulated completely.
No,
I think that first half we actually looked.
We played long ball, Marshall. We played long ball, Marshall. Please tell me which players on our team can't hold on to the ball up top besides Sterling.
Alex is totally right. We don't.
I don't
we're
even
not a
think
long
today's
ball team.
tactic was really. I don't think even today's tactic was really even based on holding the ball. This isn't Tuchel ball anymore. Not going to play possession. Arsenal, they played possession ball all game today.
Ball from Arsenal either.
Alex, you're gonna lose your shit.
It's okay.
No.
I know the channel is a different name, but it's still no filter. So just go off.
I don't have enough English vocabulary to express what I'm trying to say. Is it's not about that they did not visibly did not perform for a manager. It's not that. You can see that they out of depth. They did not know where.
Yeah, they don't have the quality.
And not quality. Here's the thing. Quality, I will ask to win the game. Yeah. That's when your quality need to have a basis. Because hold on, Kai. To have a list, don't look so embarrassed. You at least have some kind of thing in your team.
Do you mean quality. The fight, the passion, the desire?
No. Look, even like a regular football ability of passing the ball.
Basics. Yeah.
Basics. Yeah. This team today, this game was without basics because they did not know where to be located. Cucurella. What's his name? Thiago Silva. There's a reason why I'm blaming the midfield again. Specific players, not Jorginho. Jorginho is actually fucking brilliant, and I will apologize to him for everything I said before, for the performances like this, this. If he keeps going like this today, even though I'm not saying he was a man of a match, anything, but at least he actually tried. Basics are there. What I'm trying to say is another one. Go fuck off. What I'm trying to say is, look, it's the difference when you least have basics. Like the mid team, like Brighton, they have basics. They don't have luxury players. That's why they have basics. We did not have basic today. That's the problem.
Yeah, Alex, I'd like to piggyback on what you're saying. I can only stay for about 5 minutes, but I'll just say this.
For Carlito.
Look. When you receive a ball, the rule of thumb is you got to have two options. You got to have two people that are showing to the ball. I mean, that is a like you guys keep saying basic. That's a basic maxim of the game. Is that when you receive a ball, you want to have two people showing to it. You want to have options, and it just felt like every time that we kept kicking and running it up top, the guys would receive the ball and they would be isolated. No one would be showing, and they would look aimless. And they looked aimless because there was no one. There was no one showing for the damn ball. No one, because there was no game plan. Well, and that's simple.
Texas Blue. That's exactly what I was looking for. Yeah. Scott, genius, para genius. Please tell me, what was the game plan?
Yeah, it was just aimless. It was just aimless.
You know what, boys? I just accepted the quality of these guys are not enough, man. I don't care which manager comes in. He might improve them a little bit, but they will never be title winners. I
agree.
Let's just stop joking with each other, man. Let's stop.
No. This is not joking. This is what I'm saying. Like, to have quality players, that's when you go for the win of the actual league or win. Like the Manchester City, that's when the quality requires like individual brilliance. But today, you did not need that individual brilliance. Do you see what I'm saying? You needed the basics. You needed the basics that what's his name? Mount could be open for Jorginho to be to pass it to him. Robin Loftus-Cheek does not have to 2 touches in his own box again.
Yeah.
Bro, when I laid my eyes on Mount, first time I saw him play, I knew this kid is very limited with everything he does. Like, 3 years later, I'm fucking glad I was proven right. Everybody was hyping. It's like, oh shit, he scored the hat-trick against Leeds, against Norwich. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck because that's not our target. That's not where we want to be. If we keep comparing ourselves to these teams and how well we do against those teams, like what's their stats against the top teams? The teams we're competing against. What's the goals and assists for Mount in big games? And if you tell me the fucking Champions League, I swear to God, if I wasn't you, I'd spit you in the fucking face, man. That was 2 fucking years ago, and it was 1 fucking game, man.
Hey, Marshall, I'll leave on this point because I gotta go. I'll just say this, guys. We cannot wait till the summer. We need to buy.
I think January.
It has to be. If we want to salvage the season, and we can, because we're still in a position to win some shit. Got to go get Nkunku now. Got to go get Leao now. Got to go get Edson Alvarez now. Don't fucking wait. It has to be now.
Madrid are sniffing around Nkunku, man.
Yeah,
Apparently.
yeah.
Look,
do it now.
Look, Carlito. See, you can. Here's a prime thing about the basics. We know Azpilicueta is bad wing back, and going forward, he's not crossing. But one thing Azpilicueta always been, if it's a really good tight space, he can defend one-on-one. And Martinelli wasn't going overlapping him all the time. He did his job basics. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, basics. Right. There's when you have to not do something extraordinary. He's not Reece James, but he done his basics, and we did not concede it because of him. That's the basics I'm talking about. If every player did that basics, we at least could get a draw.
Yep. I agree with you, Alex. All right, guys, say have a good day, okay?
Have a going, Carlito. And you know what? I got to agree with Alex on the basics at least. Like, look at how we conceded that goal. A poor corner. The corner just rolled through just to Gabriel to barely touch it in, you know? Like, it's absolutely poor.
But also the basics. The basics become hard if the player doesn't have the right quality. Like, even like, if you look at Kevin De Bruyne, if he was in the most of our players' positions in the midfield today, most of those balls, he wouldn't have lost them. But if you look at these guys when they have the ball, it's like, it's easy to say, yeah, you have to do the basic, right? But the basics under pressure are no longer the basics. That's what makes football players, get paid thousands of pounds a week, right? So for me, I just, like Scott says, like, I refuse to accept mediocrity.
No.
I refuse to say that this team will improve because I don't think they'll improve this much. Yeah, I know what you mean, Ale. You put more blame on Potter than.
I actually think this game specifically is more on Potter than actual on the thing because please, I mean, can somebody explain me what's the point? If you even going for that long ball, where did you got this idea that Aubameyang is good to play long ball too? Or please tell me which one of them are front three, which one of them are actually good? Being that player, that hoofball, which player? If that was the tactics, please put Broja, because Broja can actually have pace. He actually can have a physicality. I understand that. If there will be, then if you want to grind the midfield, why Robin Loftus-Cheek? Why not Kovacic? Injured? Was he injured? If he's on a bench, this is not the freaking Aston Villa or whatever game. It's Arsenal at home. You have to start him.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace, man. It hurts the most losing to these guys, man. Hurts. I hate them. If there was one club that I hate, is
Arsenal wasn't that good today.
Yes, exactly. We said this in the Discord, yeah.
They were not on their game.
No.
Yeah, but as mediocre as they are, we are not. We are just not it, man. I just don't think. I think it's like I said. I accepted this is the level that we are at now, and
that was why when Chelsea fans were trying to play underdogs and stuff, I was saying on stream, on previews and stuff, okay, cool. Say Arsenal have an off day in front of goal. Do you think we'll take advantage of that?
No.
We lost 1-0 because Arsenal had an off day.
The 3-goal thing made me laugh. The 3-3 draw. I was like, who's going to score 3 goals, bro? Like, our highest goal scorer, 3 goals all season. Do you think they scored them in one game?
This game actually improved me. I don't think Arsenal is that team because I can see them again. Why not? They really not. They really not. They good informed team, but they have no competition. As a matter of fact, that I don't think they're gonna finish the second
league this season.
No. They're gonna be in top 4, but I don't think they're gonna be in nowhere near challenging for the title or anything. Because for the past 3 or 4 games, they're not that great. Yeah.
I think City will
start to get gassed a little bit. That's number one. They get it out of gas really quick. We did not sit deep either, but I do want to mention one quick thing about the whole situation. When we are criticizing AC Milan for performance, AC Milan and some frauds over here said that like, oh, you cannot be happy because you win. We beat 3-0. That's my point, because I saw those warning signs then, because there's no thing. It was a little bit more directness to the ball going forward, but it's no actual improvement with Tuchel. And I'm gonna say we should not fire him. That's it.
No, but even with
no. Even if we fight him, it's it. Like
Yep.
I'm gonna be closer. I'm gonna be a closer look at the Harry Potter from now on, because the way he did today, it was on him. It was completely clueless lineup. And if how Robin Loftus-Cheek managed to stay for 70 minutes.
Yes. But
I just want Andrew just came on. Big
Hello.
up, brother. Thanks for coming on. Your thoughts, man. Go ahead. Give us your thoughts on the game.
Why is everyone surprised?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised, man. We're disappointed.
Why are you disappointed?
Because I'm used to the Chelsea standards, bro. I will never accept this
That's
low ass quality team, though.
Declared, I didn't give you shit for that. I was the one that receiving the shit from Andrew.
From Andrew?
What? What happened?
But AC Milan.
Oh,
When
right,
Being
sorry.
too negative.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah, when you give me shit saying, "Oh, I'm so negative."
No,
We
I
beat
was going
Imagine
about the
3-0.
Alex, you are negative, kind of, man.
Listen. These guys as a collective, they're trash. Okay, that's what they are. They literally
You
are.
don't believe they better than what they showed today? You don't.
No, I don't. As a collective, no, I don't.
I think individually they're shit too, man.
Individually they shit, but I think the team is better than what they are.
I don't
Than
think
what
they
they
are.
played today.
I don't think they are. They haven't shown it. When have they shown that in the last 5 years in the league? No,
No,
they shown
they haven't. Even the highest finish we
I
finish
keep
is
telling you
third,
guys-
and even though
I keep telling you guys this. These guys love playing in cups. There's no pressure. In the league, like any adversity, look what happens. Any adversity, they shrink. They shrink.
But even in the cups, though, Andrew, if
but-
once
no,
once
in
we
the
start
cups-
playing the good teams,
No, but
you're
in
gonna
the
see
cups-
like how
Well, no,
crap
in
they
the
are.
cups, they haven't. There's no pressure then. It goes on.
Yeah.
But listen, you can blame Potter for parts of it, no problem. I understand it, but let's be on something, right? And whether you like the coach or not, they're now onto their third coach. These players. Okay?
Yeah, they're
They're
shit.
onto their third coach.
They're shit, man. No matter. Yeah, the only thing I can blame Potter on, to be honest, is the fact that whenever players play like shit, there's no consequences.
I'm not blaming Potter for
That's right. Because they'll start again. They'll start
Yeah,
again.
Exactly.
That's
I'm
what
not
saying,
blaming Potter
Yeah.
for Tuchel getting sacked. That's not his
Oh,
fault.
no.
Tuchel
I
got
said,
it
I
sacked.
said in this game,
I shouldn't put Potter out. I should put Bolly out for doing the stupid shit in the first place.
Yeah.
Because
that's
he
more
should have done
complicated,
it.
man.
No. He should have done it either in the beginning of the summer.
to work with Potter about the players he wants in and the
Exactly.
players he wants out.
Not buying the players for the one manager, and then you know what? He's not answering my phone calls.
Yeah, but and it's also and Potter's got to learn from this, and I do believe I believe when a new coach comes in, they think that they can get the best out of what's there because it was the other coach. You know, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but I believe that. But you're going to find out, bro. These players let the two coaches down before. They're going to let you down, and they are letting you down. You need to make a statement, right?
Bro.
You need to make a statement and either bench them or get them out as soon as possible because these guys are going to let you down.
Someone needs to come to Potter and be like, hey, look, man, Mason has more photo shoots than GA this season.
What is your
you need to
fetish
bench
with
him down.
Of Mount, man?
But it's not only Mount. It's Havertz as well.
But you mentioned his name more than anybody.
I mentioned Havertz at the beginning, but you just came late. So I mentioned them both. Don't worry, man.
Listen,
Don't worry.
Today was just. Do you know what? I think everyone will agree with this.
Why would you say
I
Mount,
can accept the defeat. I can accept the defeat if I see some fight. I can accept the defeat. Yeah, but these guys just. I mean, what was that from the corner, bro?
Charity FC, we're back. Charity FC, we're just gifting goals. That's what we do.
It was like,
did you guys see when Havertz had the ball and he slipped on it? I thought he's gonna do like a slide. He slipped. I was like, oh man.
I heard that you heard the banana peel in your head.
I think they were zonal marking themselves. That's what happened.
They didn't want to. No, they didn't want to zonal mark Arsenal because they didn't want to get them offended, bro.
Can I just say as well, when we did approach the box, man, we got no player who can beat anyone. There's no trick at all. Do you know what I mean? If you're gonna play that way, fine, but at least do something with the ball. It was like we were playing with. It was like we had a red
And
card in
that's
the game,
the problem.
trying to survive.
And that's the problem. Yeah. He's the one that puts lineup. He's the one that sees on the
I agree. It's too late with the changes. He should have made it at half time.
And you know what? His third changes should have been the second changes, and the second change could be the third changes. But instead, he kind of, I don't know, man.
I understand. What's his name? Not making the changes at halftime. It's fine.
Yeah.
It was
It's
it was
nil-nil.
fine.
It's nil-nil.
It was
Still in-
0-0. No need to
still in-
make it or open your like tactics, whatever. Even though I don't think it's fucking tactics, he literally grabbed 11 blue things and just threw the fucker on the board on the starting 11, and it's like, you know what? You fucking figured out how to play it, because that's how I think actually his tactics was. Because there's no way, there's no such a thing like Thiago Silva to run with the ball. That free kick, that possession that he lost. There's no way you should be that center back and look for it. There's no way Cucurella should be that exposed with the ball all the time on the line from passing, because he doesn't have nobody to pass it.
Alex, you know what I think also happened again, just like last week? I think he got fooled by the Champions League performance in midweek.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he got fooled by it. Because it happened the previous week. And it was like, okay.
Guess our next game.
Why isn't Zakaria starting then? If you know what I mean? Why isn't he starting? Why did he come on?
Our next game is Man City, right?
Kovacic.
Yeah, midweek.
It's a cup game. So they'll be up for that. It's fine.
Is it is that Wednesday or what day?
Wednesday, yeah. It's Wednesday, yeah.
Alex, you know what our next game is? I'm excited for the next
City.
game. No?
Yeah.
In the league, it's Newcastle.
No, in the league, it's Newcastle away, man. A team we play very good against them away, man.
No. We have the worst results up there with our best teams that got up.
Yes, exactly. Imagine with this slot, man.
These teams are going to get. These teams, you know what? That's going to be prison yard football next Saturday. That's what that's going to be.
Newcastle not ready for the angry eyes, man. They're not ready for the angry eyes.
No,
So
they're not.
just be grateful. There's only 2 games left to the World Cup. That's all.
Oh yeah. Well,
my
would
thing
you
is
if you lose to
performance.
if you lose to Newcastle, would you keep him? Would you keep him, Alex? If you
Yeah,
lose to
I'll still
Newcastle.
keep him.
I'm not at the. I'm a freaking. I'm not gonna say I'm poor guy, but what the fuck do you mean by saying, "Well, would you keep him?" I'm like, I'm not in it.
If you had the option, that's what I'm saying. Obviously, you can't change.
It depends on the stage of rebuilding of team. Right this
No
second,
no manager you bring in is going to do any better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my point.
At
this moment in rebuilding a team, he's not the main priority to be rebuilding.
No, he's not. No.
He's not the focus of that to be rebuilding. So that's why I'm getting annoyed with those. Oh, mount this. That's not the problem. Mount is problem. I agree with you.
He's
but
part
not
of it.
Mount. It's his part exactly.
Yeah.
He's a part of the problem. We're
It's
all
a
part of the problem.
Yeah, it's
but
the
he's
collective.
not the major problem.
Yeah.
Right now, major problem. It's actually Jorginho position and wing back. If we no. Hold on a second. I want
The midfield
to know
itself,
what
Alex.
system.
The issue, man.
No,
Yeah, the
my
midfield,
issue.
okay.
I want to know what Harry Potter system plays, so I can actually look for what players we need.
That's a good question.
Because
man. I also
nobody
can.
knows. Please tell me what
Nobody
system he plays, because
nobody
we're saying like, oh,
knows. Love
please
that
tell me
song.
what Tuchel system plays.
Fucking
Well,
PSG
tell me what
system.
Potter system plays, so I can know what players we need.
Today was the first. I know you're going to say we lost last week, but at least I saw what he was trying to do.
Chris, you didn't miss
Like
much.
with the
You didn't miss much,
high
and you
wing
saved an
backs.
hour and a
Last
half.
week, this week, I don't know what it was this week. What the tactics were this week. Well, there were none, but I just know what it was this week.
Bro, you know what's
swear you
crazy? Yeah, go ahead and finish your point. Finish your point.
That's what I mean. No manager is going to come and sort these players are just rotten as a collective. They're just rotten to the core, man. They're just so mentally weak in this league, man. So mentally weak. You know what? I know, like I said, any Chelsea fans, stop looking at individuals constantly. Stop looking at the manager. Look at the team. They're rotten to the core.
They're rotten.
Yeah.
But how do
we
you,
can do
how
better with this team? We can do better than what we did.
How do you fix
With
a
this
how do you
collective
fix,
of shit? We can do better.
how do you fix
don't know.
a rotten body part? You slowly start taking parts of it off. It's the same thing with I don't want
a horror movie. Friday, like Halloween.
No,
is
no,
already
like,
past, man.
no, but like look at it this way, yeah? Like cancerous tumor. How do you take cancerous tumor, man? You remove the tumor, and the body slowly recovers. That's how we should do with our with some of these players, man.
No, let's not use medical thing when you don't know. I'm not teaching you on the finance, do I?
Alex, you know, I studied medicine for 3 years, bro. I swear to God, man, St. Petersburg.
Yeah. No, it was.
I'm actually not joking, bro. You know. But
That's the first time I've ever heard this. But yeah, go ahead, Kai. What were we gonna
yeah,
say?
but the thing that annoys me, like the thing that annoys me about it, yeah, like I got like Facebook gives you like highlights of pictures from 5-6 years ago, and it shows me like you guys remember when we won the league and Fabregas kicked the ball at the referee, and we lost that game because we played with 10 men.
Yeah.
And I looked at the story and I was mad because we lost our 3rd game in that whole season. Now we're already 12 games and we lost 4, man. And it just put me in perspective, man. It's hilarious.
Well, probably going to be 5 next week. So.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm
4 losses in 13 games, man. Oh my days.
No, I mean, I believe you. I mean, if we play like we play in that second half, especially, I don't see us beating Newcastle. We weren't creating, we weren't doing anything. It was.
They're winning now. They're winning 3-0 now, no? 3-0.
Yeah, no, they're doing good. Newcastle doing good. Trippier's having a fucking great season. Almiron is now relevant. Bruno Guimaraes is stepping up as a midfielder. They're doing good, man. But I don't know, man. It's so peak. Like,
it's all right, man. Chelsea.
Yeah. I mean, when it happened, like I came in here pretty numb. I was just like, I expected us to lose anyways. So.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be that way, though. That's what annoys me. It shouldn't be that way. We're Chelsea, man.
No, that's the problem. That's the problem. The way they're performing.
United won, by the way.
You don't even get.
No, we're down 3-1.
Some of us, they're not there yet.
Yeah.
But some of us are just not even angry anymore because it's just not. It's acceptance, and that's sad. I have to accept this. I don't want to accept this. I don't accept this. This is bullshit.
No, me neither.
I think that's what I think.
Standards, but I can't apply my standards to this team because I'll never reach it.
Look, you know what our GD is, our goal difference? 1.
Is it -5 or something?
Yeah. No, it's
1
or 0 right now.
Brighton are above us. Brighton are now above us on goal differences.
I'm surprised we got to an actual numerical number and it's not 0.26 or something like that.
Yeah. Fulham is 2 points behind us.
I'm going to talk more about my feelings on Potter tomorrow on the Casually FC show or the Casually Chelsea show, but I'm just saying, like, I've accepted that we're just not going to do well this season. I'm hoping that we will get top 4. Hoping that we do get top 4.
By the way, Newcastle are going. We're not that top 4.
They might even get top 4, to be honest. Jesus Christ, yeah. I'm just, you know what? I'm hoping, and I'm hoping if anything happens with this club under Bowley, it goes in the way that you guys are going to banter me. I hope it goes in the way that Liverpool has gone, where they had long term and they got results. Now Arsenal are getting results out of the result of long term. Pep being Pep, of course.
Club is different.
I'm hoping that's where it goes, but I just don't know, man. I don't know.
Wait. Before you leave, Pies like sent this. Like, this is hilarious, man. Like the stat. Wait, I'll send it. Keep talking, Marsh. I'll send it to you on the thing.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I'm just hoping that this long-term project actually does pays off, and Potter is the guy. But I know there's going to be ups and downs with it.
Potter's never been one to throw his players under the bus. If anyone's expecting that publicly, but he's not going to do that. We're not going to do that. He's going to try and protect them. Which they don't
it's in private chat. It's in the private chat, Marshall.
Privately, they don't deserve. Publicly, fine, whatever. But privately, I hope he starts to realise that he needs to make some better choices.
Let me read this real quick. Obama had a total of 0. Is that supposed to be 0 touches?
Yeah.
Or guys with shit? Didn't he have a shot at one point?
8 touches.
8 touches today. Mason Mount lost the ball more times, 16 times. Jesus Christ, and accurate passes 13. Raheem Sterling completed 1 out of 16 dribbles and won 3 out of 13 ground duels.
Johan Mount, right, guys? Mount.
It's a circus, bro. It's a fucking circus, man.
Yeah. Generational talents. Where are you? Jesus Christ. Sorry, I didn't mean to barge in like that, but fucking, I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it. How's it going, man?
We're all good, man. We enjoy it.
We're over the moon.
It's just What was the one I saw today? Apart from, I think it was Havertz and Mount both lost the ball more times than accurate passes, which you just said. It was what was it? I saw an Azpilicueta versus Sterling. Like Azpilicueta made more success. He won more duels and made more successful take-ons than Sterling today, which is just why that. How does that ever happen? We've bought our time. We bided our time, or whatever the fucking saying is, in terms of like Sterling. We don't want to be too critical too soon, but come on! He's so proven and so like he's got so much experience. But fuck, what is his problem? I don't understand. He's gonna be. I already hate the feeling that I get from Sterling. Is that we all wanted him to succeed, but it seems like it is destined to be one of those very short-term periods at Chelsea, and then it's. See you later. And it's just a failed experience. A failed experience at Chelsea. I hope I'm wrong, but I can't see how he gets better. I really can't.
I know how he gets better. Put him in a position where he was the best.
Yeah.
No. Put him in the place where he was the best in the beginning when Tuchel came in. He was brilliant. No, he was in the middle. He was right beside the striker.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, he's right.
Put him back. No, please tell
this
me.
Guy in chat right now.
Hey, what have I missed?
Okay.
No. It's actually right. Saliba is one of the best center backs.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, right now, yeah. On form.
He's one of the best in the league, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah,
Havertz beat him a few times today. I'm not having this shit.
Oh,
yeah,
fucking
anyway.
No, he's an amazing centre back.
He's quality.
What did you just say, Marshall? What did you do? Hang on. What did you
I said Havertz beat him a few times today in the match in the first half.
Havertz beat himself. Havertz beat himself.
Please tell me time period in the game when that happened so I can go look.
Yeah, exactly.
When the highlights come out, I'll point it out.
Marshall, give up, bro.
You guys don't believe it. No, I thought Havertz had a decent first half. That's it.
It's not that I don't believe it.
At this point.
That is ridiculous.
Look,
you know why I don't disagree? I disagree with you, Marshall, because Havertz lost the ball by himself without even center back playing against him.
We're better than that.
If we go by from best to worst, it is Sterling, Kai Havertz, Auba. But I can't blame for any of them. There's no position where he actually could do any difference. Tell me the position on time when they had advantage that they can do something and they screwed up. Because they didn't. There was a hoof ball, man. There was a hoof ball for them. And if you really want, please tell me, out of Chelsea squad, front three, who has the best tight space, control the ball first touch, try to control the ball? Out of all our squad, who's the best? Finish chewing. Don't choke, because I don't want to call Dr. Kai. He studied 3 semesters.
Cover, man.
Sterling, but you can't beat him, man.
Oh, I thought you said front three.
Front three. Yeah. Sterling.
I couldn't. I was gonna say, apart from Sterling, obviously,
there's nobody
on paper, but at the moment, I don't know. I really don't know.
Nobody.
My point. No, we put him wide. We put him wing back. He put him everywhere.
He did say he's never played him at wing back. To be fair,
he's an idiot for saying that.
By the way. Alex, I'm sending you my diploma from 3 years, bro.
Okay. Is that the same one J-Cam did it? Remember when?
No.
What's his name? Not J-Cam. It was a different one. It was
Dildo
Excel. It was Dildo Excel. Remember that certificate?
No, my it's actually university. It's actually med school.
Mistakes and a T-ring stain in the middle of it. That's it.
I will send it to Alex. Alex, it is in Russian though, so you have to see it, bro.
Okay, doctor, I believe, blядь, не
pizди.
Bro, I don't. You know the thing with me, I might be a horrible human being, but I'm not a liar, bro. I'll send it to you and show it to you.
Might be.
So you're a doctor now, right?
I'm Doctor Strange, bro.
I know you are.
I got a question here from Hassan in the chat. I do want to read it out to you guys. I do want to read out this question that I got in the chat in the questions tab, which, by the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube. You can go ahead and send in your questions if you'd like. But Hassan asks here, should Potter be held accountable for the last 5 games? He knew the issue, yet insisted on playing the same players who let Chelsea down time after time. I don't think he should walk without consequences. I think all of us agree Potter is to be blamed for part of this defeat. I just
Bro,
think we also have to play.
There is no consequence.
He shouldn't be exempt just because he's just started. Do you know what I mean? Like the manager bounce, it very much has gone now.
We didn't. What manager about?
You know, especially when you give.
Come on. I mean, whether or not you give him props for it, like what was it, 8 games unbeaten? But again, that's the manager bounce. That's the manager.
How many are wins though?
Especially when he
more than draws.
Especially when he talks to reporters after the game and saying like the boys gave everything.
I know. Well, today he said that Arsenal deserved to win. I thought they weren't that much better than us. We were just shit. We were just absolute shite.
Yeah.
We were so bad.
And another thing, things when he's saying that he didn't put Sterling as a wingback. Oh, you think we're stupid and we don't see where Sterling received the ball?
We can see the game, yeah. We're watching the game. I don't know why he said that. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the like I said, the one thing that annoys me about Potter is the fact that there's no consequences to bad results. Like even if you play like
because he's a nice guy, isn't it? It's because he's a nice guy, and you kind of feel bad with him. Whereas the Tuchel was under the no. I'm not saying we should, but I'm saying like we've been programmed already to feel like it's Potter, bless him. Like it's
he has a fade, he has a suit now. He's a Make-A-Wish manager, bro. But,
and also this whole drill, and I'm not for 1 second discounting or discrediting, and we all know he's got potential to be a very good manager, but this whole thing of like just because he can and he might be doesn't mean we have to be like, oh, he made a mistake here and there, we can't. I've been saying this for about other players in general as well, like Mount and Havertz, these generational talents. That, you know, when they don't show up or they haven't got a good performance, like the whole thing, right? And I knew it would come out today. I saw tweets today. It was like Mount didn't have a bad game because he was running everywhere and he was making these runs. And fuck your runs! I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
No.
Just because he makes the runs, I don't care. These generational talent? Where is he? What is he doing?
My questions from now on, it's like especially to the Johnny, like. He had like the IQ off the ball. It's like it's big. I was like, please, I know, just give me IQ on the ball, just one time. Just give me IQ on the ball. If your IQ be better off the ball, you're not you Timo Werner, because my IQ needs to be higher on the ball than off the ball. That's it.
Let's have it right.
And you know what? You need that IQ off the ball to get into the good positions. That's why and I'm not comparing.
No, you need the IQ on the ball to put the other players off the ball on the better position.
But you also need it off the ball to get into that position to do that as well. That's why Lampard was so good. His IQ off the ball. That's why he ran in late. But I'm not comparing him to that. But I'm just saying, I just want normal. I want no. He spells the IQQI. I'm definitely sure he does that. But you know, it's just he's right, and it's you know what annoys me. I'm starting to see it more. I didn't see it before until someone said it. He doesn't look when he passes. He doesn't look when he passes, man, and that's
fucking frustrating. Yeah.
There was a bit in the second half. We got the ball, and I think he tried to do it with the outside of his boot, the right, and he didn't look. He didn't look. He just did it like yeah, you're so in sync with someone, you know where they are. No, you don't.
You do those things when you cross the field.
Been in sync with Kai Havertz.
No, you need to do those no look balls when you cross the field.
Yes.
Like for example, you do it for the way on our side.
We've seen how you pass 5 yards.
You're not Ronaldinho, man. You're not Ronaldinho.
We saw last week how you pass 5 yards forward. You can't do it.
Did you guys see what Potter said about Mount? He just said that, made a comment about him.
Oh boy, you want to just say it? Because I don't know.
Well, it's going to be backing him, obviously.
Can we check this with someone else, not from Fox News report?
I will send it, Alex. I will send it to you, and you can.
Via Fox News, Via Fox News,
Brace yourselves, people. This is going to be explosive, probably.
Why me? I don't share nothing.
Alex or Alexander.
It's going to be him sucking him off, innit? Let's be honest.
Yeah, don't drag Alex into this, man. Don't drag Alex. Yeah.
You send it to me. I'll read it.
It's your fetish.
I have no horse in this race anymore.
I've sent it to Alex. Actually, why don't I send it to Marshall on WhatsApp?
Yeah, just send it to me. Like I have no horse in this race. I'll read it out loud right now. Whatever fucking Graham Potter may have said. Okay.
Newcastle 4-1.
You sent me this one already. The
yeah.
Newcastle are getting on my tits now.
That's terrible.
We're going to get smacked by them next week.
We're going to get smacked by Newcastle.
I thought I didn't even want to draw today. I thought we might. My prediction was 2-1, and God, I was wrong. But I just thought it was possible. Get a draw against Newcastle, lose to Man City.
I don't know. You confidently scored 2 goals.
Okay.
Anyway,
this is from Absolute Chelsea. Graham Potter on Mason Mount looking tired. We looked at the game from the training perspective, and Mason likes to be playing games. Always, you can reflect after the game and make a different decision. What?
Bro, you decided to play him though. He's like, he wants to be playing. Is it Sunday League, bro? You got to play, so we're gonna play you.
Have you noticed and again, I really like Mason Mount. I love Kai Havertz. Maybe not at this point, but like, you know, I've been backing back the gaffer, back the team, and all that. I am. I really am. I'm not a negative fan. I would class myself more as like a realist and a just saying how it is. But come on. Whenever one of our crucial players doesn't have a good performance, which at the moment is pretty much all the time, I was saying on the watch along you can stat pad against Wolves and Aston Villa and an injury ridden and an injury ridden AC Milan team and get all these fucking assists and a goal here and there and win a penalty. Come on, and then Zagreb. Probably not against Zagreb, but still, like people saying, like Mount's having a good game here and there. I'm yet to see really. Is he? Would you class him as a big game player or? Nope. Has he genuinely shown a big game player? Actually, I don't see it.
I just looked at the stats. Yeah, he has 2.
I want him to.
He has 2 goals and 44 games against the big teams. 2 goals.
I think it ain't even about
then goals. He scores like 5 goals against. And it's not the goals. It isn't the goals. But then he scores like 5 against Norwich, and you think like, wow, it's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, but it doesn't like that stat. I don't care about that stat. What's more annoying for me is the fact of like just the performances are shit.
Yeah,
like
it's consistency.
The last good performance I can remember, and again, this might just be because I've forgotten the others. The last good performance in a big game I remember is the Champions League final.
That's 2 years ago, Scott.
Yeah, that's so long ago.
He probably has had one since. I just can't remember it.
He's a purple patch. It's a purple patch black track bully. That's what he is.
He's a unicorn patch player, bro.
He's a purple patch black track bully. We saw it this season already.
That's the problem, though. We've got too many of those.
8 or 9 games. Did something for 3 games. All the praise, yeah, and then has done nothing since.
That's the problem with this team. That is the fundamental problem with this team is we have too many of those. You've got Havertz, purple patch player. You've got Mount, purple patch player. Pulisic, purple patch player. You've got Ruben, purple patch player. Gallagher, purple patch player. Exactly. Too many of this team are just purple patch players. Or they'll turn up for like 4 games, and then the next 4 games they'll be garbage. They'll be god awful. This team is a purple patch team.
You know what's funny though. You know what's funny though. Like. Let's take a player like Kevin De Bruyne, right? Like when you ask somebody, like, can you name a good game that Kevin De Bruyne had? Like how long you have to take to think for yourself, right? You'll be like, oh shit, he had this and this and this. With Mason Mount, the first thing that pops in your head is the Champions League one. That just shows you how few.
I see what you mean. Because with De Bruyne, it's so frequent that he has like
so many of them.
You can't name one in particular because it's all the time.
That's literally what I just said.
Like De Bruyne
last week. Yeah, I was gonna say De Bruyne is a quality player. He is a world class player on the level, like on the top level. He's not a purple patch player because he has consistent games. He's got consistency. That's not something you can say about any of our team apart from.
But isn't that not determine a world class player from an average or a good player?
Yeah,
yes, it does.
I would say so.
Yes, but that's the whole point.
Yeah.
And you know,
like these players are just shit, and that's the thing, and that's why, like,
it's the for me, it's the chemistry. Like these players, they're all good on paper. They're all good on paper. Together, they are a bag of shit. They are fucking awful, and they've proven it time in time out. They can't work together.
We talk about chemistry, right? Like Mount and Havertz have been playing together for like 3 fucking years now. I remember people that season that we won the Champions League, people were talking about our best front 3 was Werner, Havertz, and Mount. But now apparently they can't play together. Like which one is it?
Have no chemistry,
They're just shit. They're just shit as players. They're just not good enough. Like, that's what it is. They're just shit.
Bro, If they get any more chemistry with each other, they'll get married, bro. Like enough. They already have enough chemistry, bro. They've been playing for 3 fucking seasons.
Any more chemistry, they might as well be related, for fuck's sake.
Get fucking pregnant, bro.
If I see anyone on the fan camps trying to have anything positive to say tonight, I don't.
Oh my god,
you're
sick, mate. You're sick. Father has got something to say. I bet he's going to.
I was going to say, like, I am. Despite how I've just been the last little couple minutes, I'm actually positive about today, just because, like, I tweeted about it. Like, all the people. No, I'm positive because I expected this and I want this to happen because, like I said earlier, Harry, this isn't necessarily aimed at you or like people here, but the majority of this fan base need to hold this and need to suffer. They need to suffer because they're entitled and accepted mediocrity. I see people talking about, oh, if we don't get top 4, sack Potter. Bro, what makes you think we deserve top 4?
No, so my thing I was saying in the watch along was that I don't personally want him to get sacked early. However, and this is more so if it was under Roman, which obviously is not the case, but I'm saying, like, we lost today. If we lose against Newcastle and then if we have a bad string of results in the first 5 games after the World Cup, I think he wouldn't even last that long under Roman. He would have been gone ages ago. But under Bowley, he's on a 5-year contract. Let's not forget. Which I think it's ridiculous that he was on a 5-year contract. No, but I mean, it doesn't mean much to us. But in terms of, it's good for him because if we sack him, his payout's gonna be mad. But
that's actually not true because he's on less money than Tuchel has.
It's still going to be good though, 5 years worth. But anyway, yeah.
I'm glad he's got that though, because the thing is, again, is the reason I want this pain is I want this fan base to understand what it's like or get in the mindset of we need a long-term project. Regardless of whether it's with Potter or with someone else, too many people are still of this opinion of like, it's not working, get rid of him straight away. No. That was the old regime. And that regime, let's be real, let's be frank, that old regime is why we're in this position. That old regime is why we needed to spend 300 million to fucking replace the people we lost. We didn't even really upgrade. We replaced people with 300 million because of that old regime. That old regime is why we're in this position, realistically speaking.
We're such a broken club. You're all right. Yeah,
exactly.
Right. We're such a broken, dysfunctional.
They need to learn and get in the mindset of this needs a project. Regardless of who the manager is of that project, you need to get in that mindset now, or this pain is just gonna you're just gonna feel hurt. That's why I don't care. I'm disinterested in this club. I'm completely disenfranchised with this club. I'm just completely just dejected from it. I don't care. I'm here chilling today at work. I've made 6 sales. I don't care. Like, I'm happy today. I literally couldn't give a fuck about today. I couldn't give a. That goal went in, didn't move me. Didn't get pissed. Didn't do anything. I was like, cool.
Oh, I don't know though. It was of all the as bad as we were playing to concede in that fashion as well. It's so typical.
I agree.
I completely hear what you're saying, but I genuinely thought either we're gonna somehow have a masterclass here and just kind of show up, which was obviously never gonna happen, or we'd get shagged, like completely and utterly battered by them, and neither of those happened. It was just we were shit. They weren't good either in comparison to I would argue. I mean, I haven't watched all their games in detail, but I would suggest that was probably their most mediocre performance this season. I mean, they've scored 11 goals in the first 30 minutes of their games so far in the season, and they've played now 13, but before then they played 12. They'd scored a goal in the first 30 minutes in their first 11 games, or 11 goals rather in those first 30 minutes. And we managed to keep them at bay in that regard. They had 2 shots on target which came in the second half. It was just and for them to score such a stupid. Did anyone see Cucurella marking on the for the goal?
Yeah, I saw Cucurella,
and he's just standing there. He's standing there going like this, hugging him from behind.
Yeah, but he closed them down.
The fact that they scored, the way they scored was him being able to get to the goal line to tap it in is bizarre.
Yeah, there was so much wrong with that goal. Like, Havertz just air kicks it. You then have Ruben Loftus-Cheek standing on the back post doing nothing, and then Aspie loses the man who scores.
This is the
thing as well. Like what you said about Arsenal, that's like the fact that they can have this game that wasn't their best, and they still outplayed us, shows where they've come. And I want like, look at what Arsenal have done, and it's like, yeah, they had paid. They had 2 seasons of 8th where then they're not doing anything apart from winning the FA Cup. They're not doing anything. They're having to deal with shit. We are in a better position than them in terms of we have an owner that can fix that at a quicker rate in terms of they needed more investment and in key, like, better areas, and their recruitment wasn't the best. We have an owner that can do that better than they can. But our fans need to understand that we will have to go through that. We'll have to go through maybe a season. We finish 5th. We finish 6th. Maybe winning an FA Cup. But we're building towards getting rid of the garbage like Havertz, like the Mounts, like he probably won't get rid of, but he'll stay, but whatever. Like getting rid of these players that don't work and getting players that fit the system, not necessarily for the manager, but for the long-term vision of even if this manager leaves, what are we doing afterwards? That's going to happen. People need to learn that because now, look at Arsenal. They went from 8th and like I think scraping 4th, I think it was, or 5th or whatever it was last season, to now this season they are comfortably the second best team in the Prem. Like they are, for whatever you can say, like I don't think they're going to win it, but they're pushing City hard for the title at the moment.
But what you're saying about their result though is it's a sign. I hate to say it, it's a sign of champions. That's what's fucking annoying.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Is that they scraped it today? They really did. But that's what champions do, and I'm worried that they're actually going to win it.
I say they're doing this with a manager who I don't personally rate, but he is getting the best out of his players. Look at where the players that they've got have come in terms of from a mental aspect. Xhaka. Like, look at the stuff that happened with Chalobah at the end of the game, just as like a small point. That Xhaka of like 2 years ago, he's headbutting him and getting sent off. Like, and then he's swearing at the fans. Like, they've got players in there like Saliba who have come in and have got this elite mentality. They've got Gabriel, who's again a pretty young defender in the grand scheme of things, has got a great mentality. Ben White the same. You've got Zinchenko coming in, who again, like these guys, even though they're young, have got this mentality of even if something goes against us, like the United game, fuck it, we're then just going to batter the next few teams we face. Like, I want that for this club, but it's going to take a process of pain. It's going to take hurting and results like these. Just disconnect yourself from the club, and then when the good times come, then you can, like, have fun. But moaning about Potter and saying, hey, Potter out, and he's not good enough, and he's, like, he's shit, when he's dealing with some of these garbage players, and you still want to defend these players after 3 years, like, get your head out your arse, respectfully.
Yeah. It's one of those ones where it's like how many managers do we need to get through? I mean, even with like the whole we've only just got rid of some of Kante's players with Drinkwater and Bakayoko. I don't know if he's still under the payroll. I've forgotten if we've actually sold him.
He is technically, but his contract ends this season.
But that's the point. But the argument with Tuchel is that like he still hasn't necessarily got all of the players that he would have wanted, and now Potter certainly doesn't. Like I mean,
but no manager ever gets all the players that he wants. It's
no, but he needs some time. He needs like at least, but the thing with whenever I've been on these types of forums or like talk shows or whatever is the like the argument always is like give the manager enough time to be able to work with players that he has to a degree. Don't overstay their welcome or whatever. But I feel like Tuchel didn't get that time to work with players that he had necessarily, if at all. And then Potter, I feel like Potter will be gone before he has a chance to even show himself. Like I don't see.
Here's the thing, though.
But not because he's not good enough. I think Bowley and his goons will like freak out and be like, we need to sort this out quick. And then the cycle continues.
Here's the thing.
I don't want it to be like that at all. I don't want it to be like that.
Harry, here's the thing though. Like with Tuchel, with everything he did with the Champions League one, he earned that time to be given. Even during the bad patch, he earned that time. With Potter, as much as when things go bad, I don't put blame on him. The way this fan base is, like Potter's I said this once he got the job, he's gonna have to do something and quick to be shown that he deserves time when things go bad.
No, I don't know, because he's been given a 5-year contract. He's been given a 5-year contract.
For me,
let me finish. I'm not talking about from Bowley's perspective. I don't know Bowley. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what he could do. I'm talking about in terms of the fan base. In order to give him some sort of hope, he needs to do something to show that when things go bad over the next year or so, that there's some minuscule of hope to show that something good is going to come of it. Give him that time. He needs to show. He does need to show that.
For me, I'm willing to give him the time if I see him doing one of those like risky decisions. Like for example, when Pep came to City, he saw the fan favorite in Hart. He was like, Hart is not going to cut it. I need something better. You're off. When Mourinho came in, he said, Mata, you're a good player, but you don't fit my team. I'll replace him with Fabregas, Costa, and all these guys. I want him to make those statements with one of the core guys and show me that he is willing to change something. Because so far, there's a lot of makeup being put over like Tuchel's part, and there's nothing crucial for me. And I'm willing to give him the time to see in a few transfer windows, but I want to see change. I want to see something bold. I don't want to just see, like, hey, you guys are doing all right. You're doing great. we played a great game. It's not your fault. You know, you get over it, because I think that he will get eaten alive at Chelsea if he has that mindset.
I will say I agree with what Harry said in terms of the sacking. I disagree in terms of, I don't think it will be Bowley sacking him because he doesn't see he's good enough. I can genuinely see it get to a point, and this is where, like, again, this fan base needs to fucking learn, is I can see it getting to a point where it got with Sarri, where enough fans get pissed off with the way we're playing and they don't like certain things, that because of the pressure that they put on Bowley, he'll make a decision based on that because he's a new owner and he wants the fans to be behind him. That's what I think will happen. I don't think he'll be sacked because Bowley doesn't think he's good enough, because if he, like, that would be stupid to give this guy a 5-year contract to make it clear you're going to back him for at least 2-3 years minimum and then sack him after like 1. That's dumb on every level, and I don't think Bowley's that type of guy. I think it'll be the fans that cause him to be sacked if he's sacked, because
that's the way the fan base mindset will change.
Exactly, and that's why I say this fan base need this pain. Yeah. Hey, take this pain. And deal with it.
And they see that the manager is back and doesn't get sacked, and that's the way the fan base will change and not be under the Roman mindset, because the fans are we are like that as a fan base as well. We preach change, but as soon as we see any adversity, we are manager out. As soon as we see it.
I was going to say, actually, on that point, God of Frogs made a point on that I wanted to go as well. He said earlier, end of the day, a lot of our fans wanted youth being constantly coming in. On that point, so many of our fan base want the youth played and promoted regularly, but then don't want a long-term project. Those are two polar opposites. That doesn't mesh. If you're going to be a youth promoting team, you need to have a long-term project so those guys can develop.
But Scott, you see why they're wrong. These tapped individuals think that these youth players are ready now to challenge.
They're not though. No youth player is.
By the way,
not unless they're on literally the very pinnacle, like a Haaland level. And even then, like, look at the amount of youth that, like, when Haaland's coming up, he's like the one of like 3. Like, this is what doesn't make sense. If you want you to be promoted, fair enough, that's your thing. Then by default you want a long-term project, because these guys aren't going to be ready to challenge for a title right now.
Yeah.
But if you don't want a long-term project, then these youth players need to hold bench or hold youth team. Like,
but Scott, when these same fans we talk about, they bully the new players that we buy for their bad games, and they don't criticize the youth when obviously there's something in their game as far as mentality, because they're still young. They don't criticize them, they just criticize the players. They completely ignore the bad performances of the youth, which I think on itself is an issue at Chelsea as well, man.
The problem also is this, right? This club should not be this fan base in this club should not be beholden to having our right back as our best player, and as soon as he goes out, we fold. Oh no, Reece James is out. As great as he is still a right back. Okay, we shouldn't be relying on a right back to bail us out of everything. Okay, that's embarrassing. That is embarrassing to have. Imagine going, oh my God, Paulo Ferreira's out. You know, stuff. You know what I mean? Oh my God, Ivanovic is out. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? No, bro, we've got 10 other players that'll play.
Oh, yes,
you know what I mean?
Man, like Jose.
Oh no, Reece is gone, our season's over. That is sad. That is sad, man. The way we saw it.
It's such a recent issue, isn't it? Like I've never really, in my entire life, I've never really thought like these injuries have only become like a serious issue now.
But this is the thing. This is what I made.
Imagine any club going, oh no, our right back's out. The season's over.
I was going to say, can you imagine if Newcastle, right, who are like, what, 4th at a minute? Can you imagine if they were like, oh, fuck, we got Dan Burn out. Oh, we're screwed for the rest of the
season. But like,
who cares?
I was listening to, unfortunately, I was listening to that stupid 3v1 debate last night. It was fucking making me rage. And one of the fucking people said like, oh, City are doing so well because they have a De Bruyne and like a Bruno. If they don't have it, they're nothing. I'm like, no, it's not true. Like, De Bruyne was injured last season. They still fucking won the league. It's not, the whole team is not solely dependent on one player, like what Andrew's saying.
These man played without a striker the entire year, without a recognized striker, and comfortably walked the league.
It's not just that. 2 seasons ago, Man City played without a striker and without Kevin De Bruyne, and they were so clear of everyone.
I was going to say, these man,
still clear.
Because they built a mentality. They built a mentality, man.
Right? They've got 2 left backs out, I think, or they've got 1 left back out, and then the other one's like not playing. So what do? I'll just stick Laporte there, because he's like our 3rd best centre back, and he can also play left. What? Like, this is the thing. Even Arsenal, right? Like, I said this, like, they have got to the point where like they've got a centre back playing right back, and he's still quality because the centre back they got back on loan is better than him.
Yeah, but this is going to sound really history. I see again. It's like when Michael Essien got injured, 09-10 season, he was out for the season. We would go, oh no, he's out. But I remember going, well, that's okay, because I got Ballack, I got Mikel.
Yeah, Essien. I looked at the team from 2010, man. I was like, damn, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's, oh shit, he's out. But that's the problem. We shouldn't be, and we shouldn't, as a fan base, go, man, you got to make sure that Reece doesn't overplay or something like that, because without him, our creative outlook from a right back is gone. It's like, no, why aren't you stepping up to do something? Why is it always on Reece James to do something? Why aren't you stepping up to
I said
generational
this,
ballers?
And then they don't even want him to be captain, bro. They don't even want him to be captain.
Last week against when we played Brighton, and we scored early in the second half, I was watching the game on the phone to the Aussie Gooner. Remember, we did the preview a couple of days ago, and he was telling me that why aren't Chelsea attacking Brighton's left-hand side? That it's so open that if we're smart, we'll be able to get through and get back into the game. And I kept saying, we're missing Reece James. We're not going to be able to do anything. And he said, you don't need a player of that quality to be able to attack that side. It's so exposed and open. Exactly. And I said, if these players won't do anything, they'll struggle. We only successfully attacked their side once, and that was a chance that got created, and Havertz blasted over the bar. Other than that, we did nothing. By the way, these guys are over reliant on Reece James. Reece James gets injured. Sterling then has to go and play out of position, and people blame him for being poor. What do you expect?
Yeah, by the way, anyone turning their nose up at Trossard, he walked into this team, by the way. Brighton. Trossard walked
absolutely.
In.
Yeah.
You know what? Can I just say?
Don't be snobbish about it. Don't be snobbish about it because Trossard.
I would say with the Trossard thing as well. Even if he doesn't walk into this first team, he goes on our bench and he raises the floor.
Yeah, he's an option.
Even if he doesn't start, he goes on the bench and we raise the floor by him being in the team. It's the same if we were to go and get, like, obviously that Klaus guy obviously didn't move, but say we were to go and get for that right back slot, I don't know, Trippier. I know he's never joining. All of a sudden, our floor is raised. He doesn't start ahead of James, but the floor is raised because we brought him in. And this is the thing. I see so many people going, I don't want this guy. I don't want this guy. I don't want that guy. He doesn't improve us. Does he improve the floor? Yes. Then he's better than what we fucking have, so he's an improvement.
That's true. No, you're right. It's like, I was out in 6 months, we're getting free track. Bro, just pay him the 10 million now for him in January or something. Just pay it.
Who would you guys, if you could terminate contracts right now, who are your top 3 that you'd sack off?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, fuck off. He can't be number 1, man. What the hell?
He will be.
That's ridiculous.
Why not?
That's a joke. Based on performances,
Harry,
he was one of our best players today,
Harry,
which says a lot.
It doesn't say much, to be honest.
Actually, no. I've changed my mind.
Man all the time. It's the opposite of Johnny. Honestly, it's becoming like that now. In terms of
wait, Harry, if we can terminate 3 players' contracts immediately.
Immediately, right now, not just off today, but like in general, what 3 players? Doesn't have to be in order, but like who would you terminate?
Honestly, I only need 2, Havertz and Mount.
But I agree. That's
not even a joke. That's not even a joke. I only need 2.
Look, I like Havertz a lot, but I gotta agree with that one. And Kepa is too much.
These guys
That's too much for a goalkeeper. We're paying too much for him.
Off the books. I would say my 3. There are reasons. I'll say the 3 I've got.
No, but Marshall, the thing is, can I just explain why? The thing is, Marshall, you're talking about the goalkeeper. We're gonna get rid of Mendy and Kepa anyway. We're getting rid of those guys.
Yeah.
How is Ziyech not the first name out of everyone's mouth? I didn't say players playing today. I meant in general.
Harry,
but he doesn't play, so it doesn't bother me.
Harry, I'm thinking logically. Harry, I'm thinking logic. Your name is Harry, right? I'm not getting it wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had a brain fart. Whatever. The thing is, though,
I
call
know
him young
Ziyech's
man.
gonna
Just call him
leave.
young man. That's it.
I know Mendy's gonna leave. I know Kepa's leaving. I know Aspie's gonna leave. Havertz and Mount, they're not leaving. At least one of them is not leaving. So I would rather use my wish to get rid of those two now. So at least I know those two are gone. Those two are gone. The rest of the squad's going to say
Harry. I'll see you later, guys. By the way, I didn't get your diploma, fake diploma.
I'll send it. Alex, be shy. Probably.
Alex, expose it.
I would say, Harry, in response to your question as well, I would say Mount, Havertz, and one of Pulisic or Aspie. And the reason I say that again isn't necessarily because of the work.
I love this man. I love Scott.
No, but it's not necessarily because of the worst. It's because you get rid of. I'm considering as well. The reason I say Aspie is it means the club then has to go and do something with the right back position. Then with the other three that I mentioned, it gets rid of the cancerous fan base. It gets rid of the Mount stands, the Havertz stands, the Pulisic stands, the fucking they're the cancer of this fan base. Exactly. They're the reason that our fan base is so divided all the fucking time.
Let's have it right.
If you get rid of them
at the same time, though, with the vibe of the ground, though, do you really think those agendas with like the likes of people like Johnny or whoever going there? There's very few Pulisic stands going to the games. Let's be honest. And given a bad vibe, there's probably zero. No one really gives a fuck about him anymore. That go to the game.
It's more of what I see like everywhere, because it's not just the fans that go to the game that like have a voice. It's the fans online.
Do you think social media has that much of an influence on how the players feel?
Yes,
I think so.
Do you think they
because
can?
you have Raheem Sterling has to mute his comments? That's a little.
I think you've got that. You've got, because of just how big social media is in general right now. The fact that like with these players, right? They'll search their own names. They're egotistical like that. Like I'd be the same thing if I was a football player and like I was like that.
I'm not even a football player and I do it, bro. So, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I do it sometimes. Exactly. Yeah, I do it sometimes as well. Like I always check my own. I always check my own tweets to see what people have commented, to see if if people are bitten or what. Like we're like that. Like we're like that as people. Like football players are going to be like
the
that
whole
as well.
argument though. But like with the argument, if I was, and this is like this will cause a debate in itself. But like if I'm on 200-300k a week, I couldn't give a fuck what people think about me. I really don't give a fuck.
I agree.
What some virgin on Twitter thinks of me. Like I don't care. I do not care. Harry. I'm playing professional football for Chelsea. I don't care what they think. They in themselves should know they are good enough to play. If they've made it this far, they should know. I mean, some players questionable, but like if you've come through the ranks, like a James or whoever, you should know on your day like you're good enough to play. So like Twitter from some faceless, nameless tweet, it's just. I don't really see it, but to us it makes a lot because we're like we're trying to make it.
I 100% agree with you. By the way, that is the mentality that you should have, and I 100% agree that is what it should be. But you know how these players are. You know how these players are. Look at how they are in terms of just where they are on a football pitch, in terms of how weak mentality they are.
Perisic and Kane up top.
It's the vibe you do. I completely agree with you, by the way, in terms of like the players we have. I was saying today that like they look like they don't give a fuck because I'm earning 200k a week to just I could lose and it doesn't fucking matter. I'm Mason Mount. I'm Havertz. I'm still going to be first team in one of the first names on this team regardless of the result. Why do I need to run?
It's because they'll be protected. Like no one's gonna. Well, a few people. Well, we will. But the majority of the fan base, they won't call out Havertz and Mount. Yeah. So they can skate through and have bad games. Jorginho could have one average half, and he will get all the blame.
You remember Havertz had that full game, and Havertz was like, you remember how good Chelsea fans remember how good they are.
Before I go, make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks everyone for coming 100%. On. My top three to get rid of is Kai, Ziyech, and Kante. That's who I'd get rid of. My top three.
Jeez.
Kante's a good
Havertz or Hazel?
Kante smiles, bro.
Damn. Can I have four then? 2 Kais, 1 Kante, and
Ziyech.
Only joking, Kai. I'd keep you forever. Only joking. See you later.
Can I just say as well, on your point, Harry, of the I'm trying to remember what you said now before I actually said. What was the last point you made? Fuck, I had a point on that.
Why would they care?
That they could have that they don't give a fuck about the result. I've never disliked so many players in Chelsea my whole life. I've never disliked so many people in my life. Like
this is the most.
It's usually one or two, like here or there. Like these days, there certain players could leave, and I couldn't give a fuck. I don't. I've got no. I don't want to say like. I'm sorry to keep interrupting, but like I see this particular view is said a lot recently, and at the beginning I was like, it's a bit dramatic. Do you know what I mean? But the whole. I've never felt so disconnected from Chelsea in my life. I genuinely, at this point, after today's game, I still love the club. I'm still going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm still going to keep watching and supporting regardless of what I do. But I don't like anyone. I don't like any of the players. I don't like any of them at all. There's like Kante and the whole cute thing is so fucking pathetic.
Kante's the worst, man.
It's so patronising to him. He's a grown man. He's 30 years old. Fuck me.
I keep saying that.
It's so patronising. The guy's a grown man. It's patronising.
I keep saying that. Like this whole cute shit is all well and good. But like, he's never fit and he's not contributing. The guy has to go. No, he's a legend. Yeah. He's smart. Listen. Kante probably cheats on his woman like every footballer does. Like he's not this cute innocent guy. Stop it.
I'm convinced he's a serial killer, bro. Allegedly, he's too nice, man.
I was going to say,
it's almost annoying. Do you know what I mean? It's verging on annoying at this point.
I would say on the body parts in his mini, man.
He doesn't have a mini anymore. Actually, he has a bigger car now, I think. But on the points Harry's made, though, like with the players you mentioned, the most annoying things as well is like we've got players that look like they do give a shit and still aren't good enough. What do you do at that point when you're giving 100% and they're still fucking garbage? Like, what do you do at that point? Then with what you said about the players, I completely agree. Like, I said this before on I think on Lewis's stream. There's 5 players off the top of my head that I'd be happy to keep and I like. After that, couldn't give a fuck. Like, as long as we improve on who we get in, so we get Nkunku, we get Leao, I don't care who leaves. I don't care if it's Havertz, Pulisic, Ziyech, Mount in terms of attack. I don't care if like Ruben leaves or Gallagher leaves or Sakaria leaves or whoever. I don't care. Like, as long as like for me, it's like Kovacic, Silva, but he probably won't be here that long. Chalobah, Fofana, and Cucurella, and Reece. 6 players.
Reece, yeah. I'm the same as exactly the same as me. Yeah.
Couldn't give a fuck. Literally couldn't give a fuck who else. Like, yeah, these players are just.
I've just seen someone say like even Thiago Silva is one I would keep, but like
I'd keep him depending on how long he wants to stay.
If he just didn't age, then sure, but he's nearly 40 fucking years old for Christ's sake. He's so old. Like Christ Almighty.
And Harry, I said that at the start. I said that at the start of the season that this guy's at 38 years old. He should not still be carrying our defense. As great as he is, he's still the best centre back on the planet. But he shouldn't be carrying our defense at this age.
By the way, I just want to say I'm not giving him like the name, but the dickhead online, by the way, who just over the past few days, if people will follow me, they'll know, like they'll see I've retweeted him a couple of times. The fucking arsehole online who seems to just be going at Silva right now, saying he's the not spoken about liability. Kindly fuck off.
Oh, come on. It's Brighton.
Not kindly. Disrespectfully, suck your mum.
Wait. Who's the liability?
Go and
Silva.
just literally go and if you go on my profile, you'll be able to see I retweeted someone.
Thiago Silva's the unspoken liability. I would argue, but then so he made the mistake with the first goal in Brighton in terms of like he made a bad touch which led to the goal.
2 bad games since he came here. But
before then, he made 2 clearances off the line just before that he gave that away, which is why I was disappointed more than like annoyed or frustrated at Thiago Silva because I was like, this is so. In my preview before on my channel, I was saying like, I don't want any more uncharacteristic mistakes from Thiago Silva or like performances. Do you know what I mean? Like with the Brighton game, it's a bit off from him. He had them like hit here and there. It's nothing too like you don't have to worry about Thiago Silva. It's more how everyone else plays around him and if Koulibaly's on form and if he's flapping about like he is, like he's so weird on the ball. Thiago Silva's the least of our worries. The only thing we have to worry about Thiago Silva is his fucking age. The guy landed on his neck the other day and he's still fine. He's 38. Yeah, I thought when I saw that, I thought that's him done. His career is over, and he's fine. The guy's a freak. The guy's a freak.
Are we
have
allowed
to
to give him
address
SARMs?
this
Just
comment.
keep him for another 3-4 years.
I
Just give him
have to
some
address
SARMs,
this comment right here. First of all, no one said they hate Kante, okay?
I don't
And
think-
secondly,
I do.
None
I
of
do,
us.
I do.
Bro,
I do. I hate
I love
secondly,
Kante.
I love Kante, but secondly, he's only been available for a quarter of the season so far. You're saying he deserves the contract? Come on, man.
Wait,
You wouldn't even know he's a player
Marshall,
ish at the moment.
yeah.
Marshall,
this is the issue we're talking
Marshall. One. It's not even Kante. It's the stands. I hate the stands in our.
Does Kante have stands?
Yeah.
Yes, people who protect him.
Yes. No, he does.
This is crazy.
Yes.
He's a
Yes.
joker.
You
He's
say-
a
All these
joker.
players,
say-
why cut
you say-
Kante's wages by
you
so
say-
much?
hold on,
He's not available for his wages.
In the summer, when I was saying that this guy can go, Chelsea fans coming at me and saying that, what about Jorginho? What about Jorginho?
Hey, pause.
As if he also doesn't have to leave as well. And two, oh fuck, I forgot the second point. What was it? I forgot the second point that you said.
Fine.
But
You need to eat your vegetables, man.
Just to put this, you're saying a principle thing, right, Chris? Just to put this into logic. If a player is paid a certain amount of wages and he's only available to play half the games, then yeah, you should probably cut half his wages.
Yeah.
He hasn't played. Marshall, sorry.
Yeah.
He's only played 2 games this season.
Yeah, only 2 games.
Bro,
Or half
bro,
the season almost.
Thing. At the end of the
The
day,
guy
I
is never
don't
available,
care.
man.
I say, for me with the Kante thing, I don't care about his wages. If they want to give him wage, whatever, in terms of the length, is what I have a problem with. He should be either on a 1-year deal or a 1+1 or a pay as you play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone remember as well when he used to not bang on Kante, not himself, but that he used to say like he never played football for the money and I kind of sworn it was like, I don't care for a high wage, I just want enough to like make a living in terms of like all that shit and building that nice guy. The man is the 3rd highest fucking paid player on the team. He's on 300 grand a week.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. This whole nice guy thing with him. I love him. Don't get me wrong, and he is adorable, but it is patronising. But the whole nice guy, like he doesn't care about money. I've got a mini and all this shit. Fuck off. You're on 300 grand a fucking week. It's just annoying at this point. It's annoying at this stage. It really is.
Put it this way: he can buy a Ferrari weekly, bro. He can buy a Ferrari weekly.
I was watching on the news. I don't think he has a mini anymore. When I think it was after Tuchel got sacked, I was watching Sky Sports, and
I swear, he only drives the mini to training, bro. He has that like a fucking Porsche.
I was gonna say, I saw I think it was after Tuchel was sacked or after Potter came in. They showed like pictures of people leaving the training ground. He's in a fucking like Land Rover. He ain't got the mini anymore. If he does, it's in his garage somewhere. He's driving a Land Rover or something like that.
Bro, it's only for PR. That mini is only for PR, bro. You lose that money. He has that money offshore somewhere in Switzerland, bro, and in Cuba. You know, I'm telling you, bro. That's all PR, man. The guy's fooling us all, man.
You know what's hilarious? I'm looking up images of
some
Kante's car. There's
some
people
penthouse
shopping Kante in of like Lambos and shit.
Bro, I'm telling you, if Kante doesn't have a penthouse in Cuba with a bunch of hookers, man, I don't know what's up, man. Yeah, he has to, man.
He has to. There's no way you save all that money.
He's got to find some way to just beat the boardroom from like when he's not playing, when he's injured, which is like 90%.
Bro, he doesn't even watch us play, man. He doesn't even watch us play, bro. It's literally a passive income at this point, bro.
Does he come to the games?
I have no idea.
Because you see Reece James coming all the time. Chilwell, he'll probably be coming to the games at some point when he's like okay to walk. But I can't remember seeing Kante in the stands ever in like a little puffer jacket or something like that. Like because you see like Reece James or like, but he's got like one with the fluffy hood and all that. I can't imagine him just sort of sat there like. I can't think of a time I've ever seen him sat in the stands. I really can't.
Yeah. Someone sent me a picture of Kante with Williams' hair, man. That was hilarious.
Oh man, we could use a William in this team right now.
No, we couldn't. No, this
don't say that.
It's desperate times, baby. It's desperate times.
This dude turned up twice a season. He was shit.
I swear he has 2 goals now. 2 goals in the league now, no?
That's cool. He's still shit.
The wells run dry at Chelsea, Scott.
We're down the worst I've ever seen. I'm seeing.
You know I'm joking, right? You know I can't.
I'm saying revisionism, about Werner. about Werner. This fan base is fucked.
Yeah.
Bring
Wait,
Timo,
what
bring Timo home. Bring Timo.
I just saying that, like, because of before he got his injury, just all the goals he was scoring, or maybe it's Chelsea that was the problem. Maybe he was just shit. He was part of the problem. Like, Chelsea is a problem, but he was part of that. He just wasn't good either.
Who?
Werner, like he was part of the problem. He wasn't good, and the team wasn't good.
I agree. We shouldn't bring Werner back, but like, at least he's actually trying.
Oh yeah, that's fair, but like that
trying,
me, the whole trying thing, like it screams the same to me as the defense for like Kai and Mount and what that and now. Like, cool.
I know, but Kai and Havertz aren't trying. Don't take this wrong way. I don't want Werner back either. But like, when you had this fan base that gave Werner abuse for not having a good first touch or anything, even though he ran around and worked his ass off for the team. But yeah, Kai and Havertz don't do anything through games and get protected. I can't have that. I cannot have that. I'd rather have a player try than a player who doesn't do anything.
Just on Mount's side, I don't know if this got talked about earlier, but did anyone see there was a picture that went out of the average positions of the Chelsea team? I don't know whether it was at half-time or full-time, and Mount was behind Jorginho.
Yeah, he has the average position of a stripper, bro.
Liverpool won the luck, by the way.
Havertz was. Yeah, Mount was like on the left-hand side, doubling up and protecting Cucurella.
Yeah, but why though? Because Cucurella doesn't need defending because he's actually decent 1v1 when he's not being exposed.
This is the thing.
But
For me,
Odegaard,
this is what I think. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead, Bram. Go ahead.
No, you go. Sorry.
All right. This is what my theory is with why we saw Mason Mount on the left wing. I saw a 4-2-3-1 formation today, and I think the reason with Mount being on the left wing instead of Sterling is because we've seen how often Sterling on that left-hand side doesn't help Cucurella defend, doesn't track back, doesn't, and he shouldn't be. Obviously, it's Sterling. I think that's why Cucurella had a decent game today on his side because I don't know. Mount was there to distract the player. I don't fucking know, make faces at him, but
distract. What is this? You think this is Digimon, bro? This is Pokemon, bro?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, this is the only thing I can logically think as to why Potter put him on the left-hand side. So he didn't do shit today. Regardless.
They're just like this doesn't like this team is just shit. Like,
I don't even watch them, man.
Sterling had us all deceived as well in the first half because I myself was saying that, like, I thought he'd seemingly improved and like he was starting to play a bit better, and then the second, or like at the end of the first half and second half, the whole second, just absolute shite. So bad. Pulisic as well, I just want to say, I didn't even know he came on. I just want to say, I checked to do the player ratings afterwards, and I noticed that he was on as a substitute. I didn't even realise he came on. Either I'd zoned out or just... I didn't even realise the whole time that he was playing. Like, clearly made zero impact whatsoever. It's so weird because for him though, because like Pulisic is for me, I prefer him as a sub. I think he's great as a substitute in more games than not. I feel like his biggest performances have been as a substitute, apart from maybe against like Real Madrid or whatever. But I feel like he's a super sub. Like that's it. That's what he's destined to be for Chelsea. Like he is. That's all he's good at is being a sub.
In hindsight, I feel like I much rather would have had Pulisic on that left wing than Mason, though. I'm not going to lie.
The thing is, I don't think he was left wing. I thought it was a 4-3-3.
Yeah, he played in the... He just helped.
That's what I thought. He had like a free role. He just had a free role.
Like 4-2-3-1 just because Havertz was usually always in the middle and going to the left or going to the right.
But look, when we had the ball, he was behind the strikers, man. He was 8. He was near Jorginho.
I tell you what, I just feel sorry for some of these players. Like, you're just asking so much. No, I feel sorry for some of them, a few of them. Like, I don't feel sorry for most of them. Like, Broja comes on, and you're just hitting long balls. You're just hitting long balls into him for him to hold up, and while our midfielders are playing ring of roses and holding hands together. Like he needs support. It's nothing, and it's like you bring like other people into the team. You've got like Cucurella, who's come in, has had the problems like in terms of with illness and whatnot, and the shit that he's getting, and I just feel sorry for some of these players, like Sterling as well. Like, I understand he's been kind of crap, but he's come from a team where he's had support in areas, like he's had support all over the pitch in attacking areas or coming from midfield, and he comes into this team and it's just garbage, and he has to beat like 3-man by himself, and he has to do everything by himself. There's literally nothing else in this team, and
now that you bring that up, I'm gonna ask a question here about Sterling. I think this is one of the fears that I had in the beginning of the season, was that I'm worried that our attack is going to be so piss poor that it's actually going to bring Sterling's performances down. Do you think it's that, or do you think it's kind of like we're just seeing Sterling evolve from Man City, the one that has too many touches on the ball, the one that tries too many dribbles when he shouldn't?
I think the thing is, I don't think we're seeing that much different from what he was at City in terms of like he's always taken too many touches. He's always been a bit like too, whatever the opposite of clinical is, like wasteful. That's the word I was trying to think of. But the problem is like there's just no quality around him anymore. Like there's no quality around him. So like it's like I think what you said, like he's performing not his performances, but like what he's doing in games is kind of similar to what he was doing at City. It's just
do you think he was surrounded by better players? And so he could kind of get away with it because they'd make more of the opportunities that maybe were squandered, then they pick it up and go and make more of the chances.
So. I think so.
Whereas in this team, you could lose the ball and chances are 99.9% of the time, if someone loses the ball, another player, it's going to be from the other side. Whereas for City, chances are the intensity, the way they play, fucking these days, like Haaland and all sorts, they're going to be like there picking up the ball, the loose balls, to then try and make something go again. Whereas here, we're so lazy. We're so fucking lazy.
Take care, guys. I'm going to bounce.
Later, Kyle. No, we're going to answer it anyways.
This team is just piss poor. Like, this team is just piss poor. Like, and I knew this was going to happen before Sterling came in. I'm not trying to be like I told you so sort of thing, but I don't blame Sterling for this in terms of like, he's going to suffer because he's not a natural creator in terms of he's going to be like a De Bruyne or a Maddison or a player like that, or like an Eriksen or something. He will be creative in certain instances, but he needs help. And it's like we're asking him to be the only creative outlet because our other creative outlets, when Reece is out of the team, are garbage. Like he has to do everything, and then when he can't do everything and he has poor performances, he is the one that gets leveled everything at. And it's like, why? Like I understand that he is a new signing coming in, but he was quality at the start of the season. Even under Potter, there's been a few good performances. Like
I almost feel sorry for Sterling. I feel like he isn't to blame. Like because he is so experienced. He has literally only Premier League experience, unless I'm mistaken. I don't think he ever went out on loan to anyone that was like a foreign team. He's only ever played in the Premier League. Am I wrong?
No, he's only ever played in the Premier League.
He's only ever played for Liverpool, City, and Chelsea. He's never gone on loan to like a Championship side or something like that. So he's only known top teams, and although it was like when Liverpool were just coming up, it's bizarre that he is as bad. Like he's not terrible, but he's just kind of like fucking. What's the point of him even being here?
Yeah, and the thing is,
it's strange seeing him play like this because I genuinely was quite excited for him to join Chelsea.
Me too.
And people can say because he's like T-Rex arms, or he's a bit like strange, or as in like when he's on the ball, or he's a diver. You can have your thing where you're like, I don't like Sterling for X, Y, and Z, like for these kinds of reasons, but. At the core of it, everyone knows Sterling is a good player. I think that I feel most sorry for him in the fact that I feel like he doesn't get into the England starting 11 for the World Cup purely because of how he's been playing for Chelsea. If he'd stayed at City, I feel like even if as a bench player, he probably still gets in the starting 11.
Harry, he hasn't been playing. I don't think he's really been playing poorly for Chelsea. I think the poor games people want to say.
I think it's he's unreliable, though. That's the thing. Unreliable.
But you're saying that again. Like, I think the poor games, for one, is when he's played wing back, and two, like I said this back when we signed him. I wasn't happy just bringing him in because people would think he would be this. People would think this would be this Eden Hazard savior. And when he started playing, and his first few games, he was scoring goals. People overrated those performances. Like he's been playing, I think he's been playing well all season when he's played actual position. He is a good player.
And
of course,
it's just frustrating. He's a very good player. It's just frustrating. People expect him to carry the team. He can't. He needs
also,
help.
I was going to say, what are the I agree with you in terms of what the expectations for him, because I agree. Like, what are the expectations for him? Because, for example, if it's in terms of like from a goal scoring perspective, as I said, he's not that clinical as a player. But look at like against the Zagreb game, the last game. I think that was the game he scored in, wasn't it? Was it Zagreb or Salzburg he scored in the Champions League? Whichever game it was.
Salzburg, the last game.
It was Salzburg. Yeah.
That game. He had 3 chances and scored 1. Yeah, he needs to do better with the other 2. But if you create enough chances for him, he will score. But how many key chances do we create for him? Same with Aubameyang.
No, it's none. It's none.
The one game that Aubameyang had that I can genuinely criticise him because of not being clinical, because we created enough chances for him. Was it the Villa game, I think, or the Brentford game? Or was it the Salzburg game? There was one game where we created about 4 chances for him and he missed all of them.
Salzburg. Yeah, I remember.
And I was like, that's fair enough. That one you can critical. But like, how many chances are we giving these guys? We're giving them like 1 chance a game and going, oh, you got to score that. Like, I just don't understand what people's expectations are for some of the attackers in this team from a goal scoring perspective.
For me, I said Sterling. I said Sterling won't get in the Prem anyway. He won't get more than 10 goals. I said this on Sarcasm City, and people were looking at me like I was crazy. Like, Sterling's a quality player. I was like, there's nothing against Sterling, but the guys who are meant to be supplying him are Havertz and Mount. They won't pick him out on a regular enough basis. And then he started off quickly getting goals, and people were like, I was wrong. Now people are seeing what he has to deal with. I feel very bad for Sterling. He's getting the abuse from the fan base that he doesn't deserve. He's the only one doing anything up top. Even Aubameyang links up with Sterling. And Aubameyang's not great on the ball or his movement and stuff, and he's linking up with them.
I was going to say, Aubameyang's link-up play, like, I did not rate his link-up play before he came to Chelsea. It's been, like, underrated for me in terms of what he's able to do with the ball. But that's not what he should be doing. He shouldn't be doing that. And it's like, again, with him, it's like, what did, like, was it Kyle someone put, like, how many touches did he actually have today?
I'll tell you literally in 1 second.
Was it Sterling? Right.
Like, you're
if you were to guess, how many touches do you?
Aubameyang, like Aubameyang. I'm going to say.
Are we saying Aubameyang? I thought you said Havertz.
Yeah, I'm going to actually no. I'll say 10.
8.
8
touches today.
Yeah. 8 touches for
Aubameyang.
Aubameyang.
One more than Lukaku had in that Crystal Palace game that everyone gave him shit for.
Yeah.
I'm not saying. By the way, I'm not saying Aubameyang shit.
Havertz had 35. That tells you how even like how poor.
I'm not saying that Aubameyang should get shit for that. By the way,
no.
What I'm saying is, you've got a guy who is a goal scorer, a pure goal scorer. He is a run off the last man kind of goal scorer.
Yeah.
Who
he's not the most clinical. His whole job is to score goals, isn't it? Like,
he's not the most clinical of guys. His link-up play is decent. Like, why we're not finding him at all?
For me, he's out and out. He's an out and out striker. He's a literal striker for me. Anyway, I don't know where. I feel like he was probably like. Was he one of like there'd be like Lacazette would be like up front for Arsenal.
Yeah, and he was on the left.
And he was on the left. Really, I've always pictured like Aubameyang as like just like the middle man, like he was a full on striker.
He's always been best as like an inside forward, cutting off the left.
He's kind of similar to Werner in that regard. Like, kind of similar to Werner in terms of they want to come off the left.
I think it's his height. His height kind of makes it a little bit weird that he would be that man. Do you know what I mean? Like, because he is quite tall, isn't he? But I get what you mean. It's just strange. Just strange. And I feel like, obviously, he was the centre man today, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
I don't know if he was.
He must have been.
He was constantly in front of Havertz. I remember seeing that.
But the thing is, for me, it's like I just thinking like. He could very well have had a good game. He very well could have had a good game, but like, obviously it wasn't meant to be today. But the support, the distribution, and the supply that he had was just so fucking bad, so bad. Terrible. But even then, it was like for me, like again, it was like the passing at the club at the moment is so. It's not even close to even Sunday League these days. Like it's so below par, so below par. I think there was one moment in the first half when Mount was in the box and Havertz was coming in from the right-hand side on the edge of the box, and instead of playing it to feet, it was almost like he shot it at him. It was like a 90 mile an hour. I was like, and I lost it. It was after the one where he played it way over the top of everyone else, even though he could have just played it in easy. But like Havertz's passing is so fucking bad. It's so bad.
Never
and
forget.
It was like a 90 mile an hour shot at Mount's. It went through his legs, and I was thinking, what did you want? What did you want to achieve?
That is true.
I don't understand. Like, if the pass had been right there, Mount could have easily done like a little swivel, even had a shot on target. But when you have passes like that, I don't know what you expect. It's so poor. It's so poor. But even something like that, that's so easy. It's fundamental football. It's play it to feet. Play it to feet. In that sort of position as well, it's just a tap. Just tap it into him. Mount can do the rest. Don't make it about you. Don't make it hard for him for no reason. So it's strange. It really is odd.
Can I just say, let us never forget that there are Chelsea fans that have turned their noses up at James Maddison.
Oh, also, Harry, you want to hear something? You want to hear something ridiculous? So immediately after the game, I jumped on some dumb guy's stream, and he was saying the reason why Potter doesn't play Zachariah is because Potter is racist and it's cultural discrimination.
Oh, fucking Jesus Christ.
Let's have it right.
That's just analysis.
And now I'm in a group chat with this guy. He's talking about how the only reason we lost against Arsenal is because he played a midfield of just English players and he kept Ruben Loftus-Cheek on for too long.
I didn't know Jorginho was English.
I didn't know George.
He is. He
was white.
No, what?
No,
what?
Yeah.
Do you know the mad? Well, not the mad thing, but I was in my preview video saying that I wanted Zakaria to start. Yeah. I thought, and this I've been on a few people's shows as well, but like after the Zagreb game where they were like, it's one game, and I was like, he's shown more intensity and more desire in that one game, albeit it's against Zagreb, but he's shown more intensity, more desire in that one game, and the look alone when he scored and he's hugging everyone. He just looked at Potter and went, he looked like that, and I was just like looking over at Potter like, you better fucking play me, son. You better play me on against Arsenal because I'll show you a few things. Like that alone, I feel like Zakaria had a fire under him to be like, I've done the look. If he plays me, I'm gonna be on shit hot form. I'm gonna be playing. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be. It's going to be good.
Fair, I do
I feel like he didn't want to risk it. That's the thing.
Yeah, I do understand why he didn't start, just because like the intensity of the Champions League is different to the Premier League, especially a London rival. Oh, Jesus Christ!
I just feel like what have you got to lose? What have you got to lose? Yeah. We weren't favourites. We were underdogs in this game for the first time in ages.
He could have come on and probably he could have probably should have come on, but I don't blame him for not starting.
Yeah. Well, boys, I let you guys go. It was enjoyable. Just sit back and just listen to you guys go, because there's just so much to talk about. And I could go for more hours on this, but I do have to wrap it up. I'm sure you guys want to watch the Spurs-Liverpool game as well. But everyone who joined in today, big up to you guys. Make sure you're smashing that like button. Check out Harry's channel down below in the description. I put it down there for you guys to check it out if you want to see more of his content. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're hitting the bell notification so you don't miss our future streams. We'll be streaming tomorrow. I'll be doing the Casually Chelsea show, where we're probably going to continue to talk about this game and other stuff relating to Chelsea. And we'll see how we're going to do against Man City too. That's going to be an interesting conversation to have. But thank you guys, everyone who came on. Big shout out to the panel as well. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Casually Chelsea show. You guys be good to yourselves. Try not to have this game ruin your day, even though it probably did already. And stay casual. Peace.